today. We'll be talking about a heartwarming development from Nigerians' low-income retirees under the Contributory Pension Scheme, CPS. In a major move to support elderly citizens, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the immediate rollout of free healthcare access for these retirees, calling it a crucial step towards ensuring social protection and dignity in retirement. Now, this initiative promises to ease the financial burden on retirees who have spent years serving the nation, offering them much-needed medical care at no cost. But now, will this program work? What does it mean for our senior citizens, and how will it be implemented effectively? To help us unpack this important development, we're honored to have with us a distinguished guest, Lieutenant Colonel Susan Johnson Dibal, retired. She the head of Department of Veterans Health Service at the Defense Headquarters. With her extensive experience in veterans welfare, she would provide key insights into how this policy will transform life. Colonel Dibal, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's such a pleasure to meet you in person.
Do you know, I'm so glad. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And why I'm happy is because we are all women.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's jump right in, okay, because we don't have enough time at hand. Really, what is the current state of welfare for Nigerian Army veterans today in Nigeria? Let's start with that.
Before I will answer you, let me say it and let everybody know. I'm not here on behalf of any organization. I'm here because I'm a woman that have served the military for 35 years. And if I have served for 35 years and I cannot really say how well I have been taken care of, that means I'm close somewhere. For the 35 years I've served, it has earned me something to say that I'm a veteran. And a veteran needs to understand that you don't need to beg for anything. You don't need to walk on the street for anything. Because when I joined the service, there were terms and conditions that kept me going for 35 years. So I never feel government have abandoned me for one day. It is because the right communication are not given the chance. Let's give the veteran a platform where he can communicate and get an answer. Because I've traveled far to local government to talk to veterans. The important for government to know the life that we have. Because a veteran has retired and gone to his village. If he dies, the only thing is that his pension is stopped. But let's know how many lives we have. Let's communicate to the veteran to know how many lives we have as government. In the US, if you ring the bell, they will tell you they have 100 lives. That means they have 100 retirees. But when we base our life based on the pension you paid me, there are people that I have gone to a village that said, I can't even do what they are asking me to do. Some veterans have retired, they don't have family, they don't have relation, but he's in the village. If we take time to communicate, to get a way to speak to them even in the lowest village, with this that I read, that the government is ready to take care of the health of a veteran. It's not by saying it, but by knowing the life we have. If you know the life you have, because the veteran is not after malaria. I have cough. Most of the veterans have issues that are beyond them.
What are those issues?
Thank you. Most women, prostate cancer for the men, cervical cancer for the women, or cancer of the breast. When you are above 50, I'm above 50, all the fear is what kind of condition I'll find myself. If not for the cancer, arthritis are killing so many of them. But I tell them that the government is ready to take care of you, but have you registered? That's another fault on our side as veterans.
So
you must enroll.
That must
yes, you must enroll. The defense yard maintenance you mentioned, that is a place where a retiree supposed to understand that I must enroll. The federal government cannot just say I'm taking care of all veterans without you enrolling. They must know how many people that are
Have you enrolled?
Yes, of
course. And
course.
you know the process?
Is
the process seamless?
Very, very simple.
Okay.
But the problem is, how do I have to leave the comfort of my zone to another comfort? But again, DHML is even getting to your house to register you. If you call and you say, I have arthritis, I have stroke, they are ready to go there and register. You must enroll to benefit.
Okay, now, you've been in the military for more than 3 decades, and it's a whole lot.
Yes.
And being in the military means you have faced lots of challenges. Now, this brings me to ask, what are the most significant challenges military veterans face when it comes to welfare?
Let me be honest with you. When you see people on the street trying to tell government that we have issues, it doesn't work because the government knows you. You have served for 35. I don't need to remind the government that my welfare needs to be taken care of. I need to remind the government based on basic communication with responsible institutions that are meant to take care of me, but not for me to loud it out on the street. Or sometimes you are telling people that have no power to even change anything about you as a veteran. But when you communicate very well, when you have the pot to communicate and put your issue, the federal government does not joke with a veteran. See, you may not respect a soldier with his uniform and everything. Talk less more of me that I have pulled the uniform. I don't need to walk very far to look for help. Let them know the number of life they have.
But you said, the federal government, I beg your pardon, has not neglected, these veterans.
Yes.
But we have seen viral videos of, we have seen viral videos of, these retired veterans coming out on the streets to say that our pensions are not being paid. And, some Nigerians have rightly pointed out that there's a bit of a hypocrisy content to it because we have seen, our politicians, come out from office and they don't go through the hassle and tussles that these officers go through for their pensions. So if you're saying to us now that the federal government, is really taking care of the veterans, what we are seeing on social media, images, videos, who are these people?
Exactly. To add to what she said, and there is a national outrage actually.
Yes,
and
who are these people?
Because of the neglect is what led to the national
Absolutely.
outrage.
So who are these people?
Thank you for this question. It's a beautiful question. You see, if the rat is eating all your food, you have to look for him to understand that he's eating your food. There is no veteran that is on that street that will tell me that it's because of his pension, his allowance.
Okay.
An allowance, again, you don't need to go to the street. Get the right communication. Get the right people involved. It is because, again, if as a retiree, we are not born together, we can't get it right.
So is it that there's no association,
We have more than 100 associations.
Okay.
But I want to tell you, let the associations come together and communicate well to the federal government. See, you can't get all your cake without icing it. If going to the street is the answer, no, there is no veteran. Let me say it. I retired 3 years ago. This 3 years ago, I can walk into DMP. And if I have issue, there are tables that I will go straight to. Today, registration online. If you cannot do it that online, seek for your neighbor who has an internet that you can do. My dear, I'm not trying to defend government here. I'm trying to say it the way it affected me for the past 3 years. Allowances, these are allowances that the government is supposed to know that I deserve this allowance. So it is left. This the same thing I'm telling you, for the government to know the life they are taking care of. If you know the life, you know the allowance the man is meant to get. You are talking about other people retired and they get everything. It is the same thing. We have to start to understand that there is post-traumatic stress disturbing the retiree. when he listens to monies that are given to others that have retired. You get what I'm saying? That post-traumatic stress is bringing the retiree to the lowest. Even if he does not have any ailment or any disease or any chronic thing, the post-traumatic stress they go through is what agitates them when they hear things. Because when you don't give value to the man who gave you security yesterday, then you can't get it right.
And so now, you believe that there is no pressing issue going on within the military veterans' welfare today?
Thank you. There is issues. But if I table that issue for you today, I said, they've not paid me, they've not good. How do you go about it? It is better I communicate to the source that understands that I have issue. There is communication channel. And we're going through it. See, if you fought this war, if you have heard the barrel of gun, you won't go to street and start begging for your rights.
But protest is also, a peaceful way to also call on the federal government to hear their cry, because it is possible. We have, seen videos on social media, personal testimonies of these, retired veterans that would say, oh, I've been following through my pension, I've been going from one office to another and still yet. So we just feel we should come out and protest so that the federal government will hear us. So
my dear,
yeah,
any protest you see is not about his pension. Let me be real with you. We have paid our pension when due. The protest you see is about allowances. And the federal government understood that first time they did. You don't build a house in a day. They will keep looking at which of the allowance we have skipped, and it goes. But the most important thing that I want you to understand here is that the health of a veteran matters a lot. But that your health, you must enroll. Again, if really we want to touch the life of a veteran, there's something they call, with NHIA, the Health Insurance Authority, inclusive and non-inclusive. Inclusive is that we can pay for this your treatment. Non-inclusive is that this your treatment is beyond NHIA. We need to look at that. That is the area I beg everyone, I beg anyone to understand, because I meet veterans at their homes, not Abuja veteran, not city center veteran, but a community veteran who today said he has prostate cancer, and they will tell him that non-inclusive. Let everything about a veteran be fully paid for. Because he has nowhere, not like the serving soldier who has a commander to go to and talk to. This idea gives them stress when you tell me that you can only pay 50. If my bill is 100 and you said I should pay 50 and government should pay 50, what have you done to me? Where do I get the 50? The retirement package you gave me is for my own welfare, to take care of myself, because my children must have grown up and they are where they are. So please, I'm not saying people shouldn't protest, but a retired military soldier, whether you serve half a day, you're not supposed to protest, because the government have policies, have administrative ideas for you as a veteran. You don't have a CEO, you don't have a commander to fall back to, but you have the government to table your issue. And they have been tabling it. I'm not saying my colleagues that went to street are wrong, but let's go to the street for what the government doesn't know. But for government to know me serving 35 years, I should go out and beg them to help me? No.
But this issue has not, just started today.
No.
It has been a real issue over the years.
Yes, I agree with you.
Let me take you back to what you said earlier on. You mentioned that some veterans, military veterans, are in the village as we speak after transitioning to civilian life. And now you didn't really mention a significant challenge. I think that should be a challenge.
It's a challenge.
In some countries, military veterans get almost everything for free because of their hard work, dedication, loyalty, and the service in their country.
That is what
can you say about this country, Nigeria?
Thank you so much. That's a beautiful question. This question is making so many veterans to have sleepless nights. I have served. I've lost my leg. I've lost my eye. I've lost my hand. But I should come out and beg for services that I rendered, believing somebody will take care of me later. You're talking of other countries. US or any other country, UK or any other country. In our system, I have retired to my village. In US, no matter what farm ranch you have gone to, the government knows about you. Government have to start to understand that we must use the local government, which we have the Legion offices. But the Legion offices are meant for activities for their own Legion. But I want the Legion offices of every community to understand that these retirees have meeting. Let me tell you, they make themselves comfortable. Last Saturday, there is a retiree community that get together, make themselves happy. If the government are not ready to make us happy, why can't we make ourselves happy? My dear, you must start from the grassroots if you really want to touch the life of a veteran. They are dying based on post-traumatic stress. The event they've passed through. Nobody is looking at that area. We must start from the grassroots. We must understand that it's not just an Abuja veteran. There are veterans in the villages. Me, I have traveled up to Potescu. I've gone to Cross River. What am I doing there? Is to let a retiree know that, have you enrolled? If you have enrolled, there's no need. Go walk to the nearest medical center. There are NHIS decks there, which the board of DHML works with them. So, my dear, it is there, but you have to pick from the grassroots, not an Abuja veteran. I speak for veteran that is in a village today. I speak for a veteran on this your TV channel, my dear, that let them understand that even in the village, you are supposed to be taken care of.
So you're an expert when it comes to, PTSD, and you have mentioned this in the course of our conversation. It shows that it's very, very important that these veterans are being managed and taken care of because they have, post-traumatic. They have gone through a lot. Going through the war, it's not, it's not a day thing. We've never been there, but we have seen it in movies, we have seen it, on TV and what have you. So really, do you think that the Nigerian healthcare system is equipped enough to manage these people at the end of the day?
My dear, even when you talk about the developed countries, for me to sit here and say we're equipped enough to take care of veteran with post-traumatic stress. No. Let me tell you. Being in Maiduguri for 4 years, I've seen those that have retired today that have come into my clinic one way or the other to seek for help. And help were given, counseling, placing them where they get the best counselors. Is it a family issue? The military need to do more. The military need to understand that the larger you have clinical psychologists, not first-degree psychologists, social workers that have specialized either on family or on children or even the adults. These are the kind of group of people. Even the government need to get them because these days, post-traumatic stress is on everybody. It's not just the military. The pressure is much that people want to take away without remembering that you just don't take away post-traumatic stress. You must go through sections. You must go through counseling. The military need to do it for those in service now very well before they retire. Because when you retire, who will go to, let's say my village, I'm from Biu. Who will carry his entourage to say, because I retired at 5 years, somebody want to come and talk to me about post-traumatic stress? I stay with that stress. So let us start with those in the system. Give them the window to speak out. Because post-traumatic stress comes that you can say things that may not be okay with the system. It is not your making, but listen to him. give him listening ear. The retired man need attention of all of us in the society. For him to retransit himself into the community he has found himself. We need a retired person. That is this treatment they are saying. Let it include psychological therapies. It's not just the man saying, I have a headache. There is more to it. So if we are saying medical treatment will be free for veteran, it's not just the medical treatment. Carry him along with the trauma he's passing through, with the event he has experienced, with the bad luck he has met with an IED. An IED does not leave you alive. It takes away either your leg, it takes away your hand, because that explosive is unknown. That thing remains in their head. We must look for a way to include the idea of a veteran understanding that post-traumatic stress is not a joke. And yes.
Yeah, you affirmed it when Mimona asked whether the military veterans have association and or any other kind of support group. It could be community-based initiatives or non-governmental what have you initiatives exactly. So now, have the efforts, these support groups, has it been effective? Like when it comes to like calling on the government to do something about the welfare of military veterans?
Yes. There are so many NGOs that is not non-governmental, that is military forums that let me speak about the one that I always attend. A soldier that retired in Nyanyang today. They have their own.
Okay, in Nyanya.
They have in Buari. They have soldiers. Understand that when we sit together and put our issues together and submit, they just want action. That is where the federal government need to look at. These people want a channel that they can communicate without stress. They can communicate without blockage. They can air out their views because they do meeting. They do it every last Saturday of the last month. All over Nigeria, veterans meet.
So how do they get to the government aside the industrial action protest?
Good. That is why I said we have a body that need to create a channel that these people can air out their views without going to the street. As an old woman like me going to the street and I fall, and my leg, if it breaks, it can be fixed easily. The communication channel that government need to create. See, in this organization, there's a place that they call welfare unit. I can walk into that welfare unit and say my problem. Tomorrow I can't come to work because I have my child to take to school. We need a forum. Apart from looking at Legion, apart from looking at any other, let there be government institution that says, outside your military, we are here for you to communicate.
So that means presently now the government does not have any agency that is responsible for veterans welfare.
No,
so
they have.
Which do we have? Give us one.
We have Legion.
Okay.
But let me tell you, not everybody is under the umbrella of Legion.
So that's how do you get people informed, military veterans?
The best thing I do, I tell every veteran, get into the closest association close to you. They have associations.
All over Nigeria.
All over Nigeria, to every village. If there are 3 veterans in one village, they meet every last Saturday because then the pensioners enter, we can buy Coke, eat together and discuss. There is channel. It is because people refuse to understand that communicating through the right channel is the only answer. Not voicing yourself. People hearing cannot add to anything. Let there be communication from the association you have. The Legion is the body. So let government understand that Legion is a body that gives out reason for a veteran to speak out. But if we don't come together as a legion, that's why I tell people this thing, legion. In the US, it's federal. A veteran for Federation of Nigeria. Create a veteran federation. The legion is an old system that people just feel that they only take care of widows, retirees that can't fit themselves. But if federal government wants a channel of communication, this bill has been with them for long. Federation of Veterans of Nigeria. Nigerian Federation of Veterans. Let there be something that symbolizes everyone. Give symbol to me that I can walk there and I can throw my suggestion into a box and somebody will pick it and read it.
Okay, then we have, analyzed the challenges over and over again. Now, call to action, because we need to find a lasting solution to this. It is not fair that we keep, having this conversation year in, year out concerning, the veterans and military welfare. What your proposal? What immediate steps should the government take to restore dignity to Nigerian veterans?
See, give value to that retired man. Even if he served this country for one day, give him value. When you give value to somebody, you have changed the whole of him. Look at the value that this retired soldier, officer, the women, especially the women. No woman will come out the way the men come out to say, I have this issue, I have this medical. There is a stigma in us that when we say it, people think that I have a cervical cancer. Do I start going to look for people to pay for my dialysis? The government should look at the women. Giving value, giving right communication channel, making unity. Unity is all we want. Let there be one unity for all veterans. The federal government should see that unity, value, communication channel can turn around the thing, because the veteran does not need money from you. All the veteran wants is care. How many days does he have? We have veterans that are 98, 80, 70. What does he need from you? Care. Take care of, give me the value to care. Give me the value to communication. That is all a veteran wants.
So in addition to Mimola's question, you mentioned that a veteran shouldn't be out there protesting.
Yes.
He has all the right to enjoy the benefits of his hard work to the nation. So now, this takes me to the question, how can awareness and advocacy for military veterans' welfare be improved to prevent a neglect or oversight so as to maintain the dignity, like she said?
Thank you very much.
Of military veterans.
The awareness we have now is that let defense health maintenance enroll you. If you enroll, that is an awareness. And another awareness is that I want every association that in quote says he is a veteran, make your members understand that the federal government is the only tool that can turn on your car. So let the federal government create a communication channel to all these people. If you make it a federation, no one will go outside and start making another association, because you will not be one. And everything goes to it. It's just like labor for all employees. Let the federal government have something for veterans that I can walk into and say my feelings, and my feelings is being cared for, and my care is being taken care of, and my family will be proud. You see, this veteran is not just for the retiree, for widows, for the children, for army. I love what they do. If your husband died, your children are entitled for education to university level. I have seen it, I've testified it. But that is not just the thing. Who take care of that mother? Who look after her? Let there be a channel. In the US, if I'm married to a military man, I have a forum that I can walk into and channel my situation, and my situation will be heard. That is all we want. A communication tool. Give value to me for serving 35 years. give me the care that I deserve at 80. What do I need? No veteran is looking to build 50 mansions.
Absolutely.
No veteran is looking for.
All you are advocating for is the care.
The care. Give me full care. Don't give me partial care.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Susan Johnson Dibal, retired head of Department for Veterans Health Service Defense Headquarters.
No, let me correct you.
Okay, please.
I am just there as a veteran.
As a veteran.
Talking on behalf of veteran, helping the veteran.
Very soon, you will be made the head of department.
No, I'm already retired. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
the show this morning. It was such a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
On this segment.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.